It's called high fashion. You wouldn't understand. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I can't believe that we're sitting here getting ready to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season finale. I felt like it was just yesterday where I sat down and we reacted to the season premiere trailer, and just like that, here we are talking about the season 1 finale. I can't even wrap my mind around it. So let's talk about this finale, y'all. I want to start by saying this. I wish we would have seen how the hypnotist scene ended from last week when the hypnotist asked who doesn't trust Heather, and the only person that raised the hand was Jen. I really wish we would have had some sort of closure to not only that scene, but also the Vegas trip as a whole. It kind of opened up and the ladies were back in Utah and living their lives. And it's just as if the viewers were left with a, well, damn, what happened? Because that's how I felt. So the finale opens up with all of the ladies having flashbacks to the Vegas trip.
What's going on? Whitney, shut the f*** up. Shut the f*** up. Shut the f*** up. All of this. I don't. I'm being honest. I don't.
They even gave Mary a PTSD flashback, and baby girl wasn't even on the trip.
I knew Jen would run the trip. That was inevitable. How do you understand crazy? Crazy.
Here's what I'm going to miss about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It's the intro music for me. So the finale is focused on two things. The first thing is the grand opening of Heather's Beauty Lab and Laser, the new Beauty Lab and Laser. So she's busy planning a grand opening party for her new beauty lab. And the second thing that this episode focuses on is putting closure to the Vegas trip now that the ladies are back in Utah. So let's first talk about Heather planning Beauty Lab and Laser grand opening party. And y'all, can we talk about the stanchions? We have to talk about the stanchions and the fact that Heather didn't know what they were called.
Why are you calling them stanchions? Is that like a fancy industry word?
Oh my gosh, that's so
I've never
cute.
heard that word in my life.
These are called stanchions?
Here's something fun. I knew what stanchions are, and it gave me PTSD from retail and Black Friday and stanchions, and the fact that we had an entire scene dedicated to stanchions and then looped back to it at the end of the finale. I lived and I died. Trust and believe. So Whitney popped over to Beauty Lab and Laser to check in on Heather, and you know, Whitney knew about the stanchions.
Look at the pink stanchion rope.
How did you know the word stanchion?
So Whitney and Heather, they're catching up post Vegas, and Heather is still inviting Jen to her grand opening, even though Heather is very much still pissed off at Jen and the way that she treated Heather while in Vegas. But Whitney thinks that Heather should uninvite Jen to ensure that the grand opening is smooth and drama-free. What do y'all think? Should Heather have disinvited Jen to the grand opening, or should she have done the right thing and kept her? Comment below. Let a bitch know. So now Lisa and Jen, they are meeting up to, surprise, surprise, talk about Vegas, because Lisa is the only person that reached out to Jen directly after the Vegas trip. So Lisa is a good friend, and I have a newfound respect for her. So Lisa is explaining that she ran into Jen in Vegas while they're getting ready to leave in the elevator, and the elevator doors opened up, and Jen looked as she was crying, and as soon as she saw Lisa, she burst into tears, and that just broke Lisa's heart, and that is kind of what prompted her to, reach out to Jen after they got back from Vegas, because she wanted to hear Jen's side of the story and give Jen a chance to explain where she was coming from and just sort of like clear the air, clean slate, move on. So Jen is explaining to Lisa the way that she reacts is because of her culture, the way that she was brought up. She constantly felt as if she needed to fight for things that she wanted because she never fit in, being one of very few people of color in Utah, and it just, makes her personality very explosive because that's how she was raised and that's how she had to fend for herself when she grew up. I mean, it doesn't really make excuses for the way, that she goes about handling situations. And I also want to set the record straight because a lot of people have been coming on and commenting saying, it's not right that Jen, isn't accountable and she can't explode with people like that and her behavior is awful and blah, 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 blah. I get it. I hear you. I get it. I understand. However, I think, and I'm not making excuses, but I am making excuses, but I'm trying to make everyone realize that all throughout this season, we have to realize Jen lost her father. Her father died while she was filming. I don't think that she handled it very well. Coach Shaw was away with football. Her father died. She had no support. She was stressed out. She was dealing with depression. She was dealing with anxiety, and she just lashed out. And she was dealing with a lot. She had a lot of emotion. She had a lot of things on her plate. Can you blame her? I mean, everyone handles death and the process of grieving very differently, and that probably was just Jen's way of handling grief. And I don't think it's anyone's place to say this is how you need to handle situations. That's how she handled it. She's growing. She's accountable. She apologized all throughout this finale, and we're moving on. We're being better people. That's all we can expect from anybody, and that's all I've got to say about it. So continuing back with Jen and Lisa's conversation, Jen tells Lisa that she always had to be on the defense and prepare herself to fight because that is just how she was raised and that is the environment that she grew up in. So I just feel like there's a lot of things that are being misinterpreted, and Jen is explaining herself, Lisa is receptive, and I think, there's a lot of things that are left unfinished after Vegas that we didn't see as a viewer. I guarantee a lot of things were left on the cutting room floor. I said it before, I'll say it again. Personally, I think Jen is gonna try to do better. She's growing, she's evolving, and as human beings, that's all we can do. So I applaud Jen, I applaud Lisa for being the bigger people, listening to each other without fighting and screaming, and moving on. Clean slate. So moving over to the Marks household, Meredith is over here thinking that slicing up a banana is culinary art. Girl.
I sliced a banana for you. Isn't that nice? Isn't that just incredible culinary art?
Seth, though, he's very impressed by her banana slicing skills. And yo, I am done. So we're seeing that Seth and Meredith, they are in a good place within their marriage. New them. So they're talking about Vegas. We're gonna talk about Vegas a lot because it's a very main theme of the finale. So we're talking about last week and the shit that went down. We're talking about it. So Seth and Meredith, they're talking about Vegas. They're talking about the marriage rumors and the speculations. And, what's Meredith gonna do about it? Yep, she's gonna disengage.
That's why I think I'm gonna have to disengage.
So Seth makes a bombshell statement saying that their marriage was so fucked up, but now they're working their asses off to try to fix it. And I'm just gonna say what we're all thinking. We'll see if it lasts. Expectations with that marriage, all-time low. So now moving over to Whitney, we're gonna check on Whitney and her dad. Her dad is now working at a beauty school. He is in the process of auditioning to be a instructor at this beauty school. And I'm just gonna say this, I am proud of Whitney's dad. He is able to get clean and sober. You know, he's almost done with his sober living. I think that's great. He's bettering himself. It's nice to see him clean. It's nice to see him sober, doing the hard work. That's all we can hope. You know, I just hope it sticks. Here's what, from the reunion that I watched, it sounds like he fell off the rails again. But I will say this, it was nice to see Whitney share this story all throughout the season. You know, I'm loving that it was such a strong storyline for her, and I'm hoping that by her sharing this, it is able to help someone else out there who is struggling with sobriety, who wants to get clean. And I hope that the message gives hope to someone else out there, and that's all we can hope. From what I saw in the finale, it looks like her dad is doing very well, you know, working at a beauty school, wanting to be a beauty school instructor, and if it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, I mean, then get back on the horse. That's all. So we're moving back to Beauty Lab and Laser to check in on Heather, and Meredith stops by. But y'all, this is me at work.
I already got permission to take a small break. I just say that so they think I'm one of them, but I really don't need permission.
So, shocker, Heather and Meredith now, they're catching up from post-Vegas. So Meredith is explaining to Heather that she feels as if something is going on with Jen personally that's making her, you know, behave in such an erratic way and very toxic. She doesn't even know how she can move forward and have a genuine friendship with Jen after all of the things that were speculated about Meredith and Seth's marriage. Also, Heather explains to Meredith she needs an apology from Jen in order to move forward. So there's a lot of hurt feelings from the Vegas trip. A lot of friendships are fractured and feelings are very hurt and bruised. And we see all of this play out all throughout the finale. Everyone has a moment with a one-on-one scene explaining what the fuck went down at this Vegas trip. A lot. That's right, a lot. You can watch my last review. I'll insert a card right here, and you can watch my review from the Vegas trip because so much shit happened. Now we're moving over to Lisa Barlow. She's having a meeting talking about her son's new hair care line called Fresh Wolf. Kinda wanna get some, it looks amazing. And y'all, here come the freaking big gulps. You know Lisa is a fan of her Diet Coke. Thank you very much. Yeah, this line looks really good. Spoiler alert, Lisa told me that the pomade smells like Tom Ford, and I'm obsessed, and I kind of really wanna get some. It's on Amazon if you wanna order it. I'll include a link below so you can order it for yourself. Fresh Wolf, link below, so you can check it out. She has pomade, shampoo, conditioner, face wash, a moisturizer. She has the whole works. And Lisa's just, you know, she's over here teaching her sons how to be mini entrepreneurs. And I knew I knocked her on it earlier in the season, but you know, she's putting some good values into her sons. A strong work ethic. Who doesn't love a good work ethic? Thank you very much. So Mary is out of the damn closet and we're going over to her cult, church. But y'all, what the fuck is this? I am done. She walks into that church saying, "Do y'all love me? Do y'all love me?" And everyone's freaking out and crying and screaming. It's weird. It's so weird.
Where's the love? Y'all love me?
But y'all, Mary's rude. I think there's a big difference between having no filter and being mean and rude. Mary is mean and rude. She asks her choir guy why he gained weight and looks at him and says, "Stop doing that. Eat healthy."
Why are you gaining weight? Why? Though, don't start doing that. Take care of yourself. Eat right. Drink water, please.
So here's what. When Mary said that and made those comments about people's weight and their lifestyle healthy choices and not eating right, it made me have an aha moment. Mary 100% said that Jen smells like a hospital. There, I said it. Because Mary doesn't have a filter and Mary is rude. And I can hear Mary say that at a dinner table. Oof, smells like hospital in here. There, I said it. But y'all, the faces on these choir people, they look like they're in a cult. The fear in their eyes. See? Fear. Y'all. Fear. But Mary directing this choir, y'all, the way she speaks to this choir, it is so degrading, it's so belittling, it is so cringe-worthy. No couth with that woman. No couth. So Coach Shaw is now taking Jen to go and learn how to salsa dance, and y'all, Jen asks if she's gonna win a trophy.
Am I gonna win a trophy?
No, honey.
I would do the same damn thing. I love them as a couple though. Like, they totally balance each other out. They get each other. He even has a nice little like romantic dessert table set up. It is so nice. And y'all, I'm gonna say it. I live to have Jen Shaw's energy.
Do you guys want me to make sound effects?
Get off, alright. How do I get what she is taking? Because I need that type of energy in my life. Time for a fun fact. Coach Shaw was in a dance group in junior high. So now, after the dancing, Jen and Coach Shaw, they're having an emotional moment about Jen's behavior, and Jen apologized to Coach Shaw for sort of lashing out. Jen, you know, she has a good heart. I don't think that she's a mean person, and she's trying. You know, she acknowledged that she has things that she needs to work on. She's a fighter for loyalty. You know, I want Jen Shaw in my corner any day. You know, we're all human. We all make fucking stupid mistakes. And the fact that she's trying, I'm not ready to throw her away. Now, if she continues to act a fool and say stupid things and, you know, really be offensive, then we'll cross that bridge when it comes, y'all, okay? It's time for the big moment. The night of the grand opening of the bigger, badder, better Beauty Lab and Laser.
Pretty stanchions.
Not the stanchions. So all of Heather's daughters are there. Billy, her ex-husband, is even there to show some support. I'm loving all the pink, the cotton candy, the clouds, the wings, all of it. Go on, Heather. Live your best life. Heather really did pave a new life for herself. She paved a new path and created the life that she wanted and deserved. She is a boss-ass bitch. I'm a boss-ass bitch. Bitch, bitch, bitch. Yes, she is. Y'all, Mary got out the damn closet and she came to the grand opening. Oh my God. Yep. After the fact.
What does AF stand for? After the fact?
Yes, messy after the fact.
Okay.
All right. We need to talk about Meredith's mask. What the hell, girl? My exact reaction to the mask. And Meredith taking selfies on her own is a moment that I didn't think I needed, but I needed. I'm freaking screaming.
This is high fashion. People in Utah just don't understand.
This is high fashion. You wouldn't understand.
So Lisa and Meredith, now it's their turn to have a one-on-one to talk about what happened in Vegas. So Lisa is telling Meredith that she met up with Jen to talk about everything and move forward, and this is a very serious conversation that I can't even take seriously because of Meredith's damn mask. But Meredith, she is very upset because Lisa was able to move forward with Jen, and Lisa isn't really a good friend, according to Meredith. I'm just gonna say this, Lisa's just being the bigger person and listening to Jen and moving forward, clean slate. But Meredith, I think apparently Meredith was extremely hurt by what went down in Vegas because she wants nothing to do with Jen Shaw. And the fact that Lisa made up with Jen rubs Meredith the wrong way. She said it's a weird disconnect because just last week, Lisa was like, I don't want to be friends with someone like that. I can't be friends with someone like that. But, you know, feelings ebb and feelings, you know, change. So maybe she had a change of heart. Maybe she got home and was like, you know what? I can't be an asshole and I need to hear her out. Things happen, things change, people change, okay? There, I said it. So Whitney and Mary, they are doing infused oxygen. And y'all, here's a fun fact. At my local mall, when I was growing up, like in high school, there was a infused oxygen kiosk. And I always wanted to try it, and I could kick myself for not trying it. I'm so mad. So Whitney and Mary, of course, they're talking about Vegas, and Whitney is explaining to Mary that because Mary's no longer in the mix, Whitney is Jen's new punching bag. And Mary's like, well, I told you, you know, you should have listened to me. I warned you that this is who she is. So they're having this serious conversation, and I can't even take them seriously because they're hooked up to this weird infused oxygen machine. I can't take it seriously. All right, here comes Jen Shah. She was invited to the Beauty Lab and Laser event. Heather did not disinvite her, and everyone is extremely uncomfortable. Ooh, side note, back to Whitney and Mary real quick. Did y'all notice that the room that they were in doing the oxygen, there was marketing for Whitney's brand, Iris and Beau? Pretty sure that was set up by production. Okay, back to Jen. Everyone's uncomfortable. And Mary, so Jen walks by Mary. I don't know if y'all know this. I'm going to play it for you right now. Jen walks by Mary, and Mary eye rolls so hard, I feel like her eyeballs could have rolled out of her damn eye socket.
I was born here and raised here.
Yeah. I'm Nancy fucking Drew over here. I notice everything. Honey. That's why y'all watch this video. Oh, so Whitney goes right up to Jen and brings up Vegas like a ball buster. And this time she's sober and she knows how to use her words. So Whitney basically says to Jen, I will not be treated in any which way. I don't want toxic people in my life. You can't treat me like this. XYZ, here are receipts, boom, bomb, bomb. Go on, Whitney. Say what you mean. So basically, through all of this, Jen remained calm, didn't explode, and even apologized for her actions towards Whitney in Vegas. So that's one drama squashed. All right? Well, actually two. Lisa and Jen able to move forward, move on. Whitney and Jen apologized, moving on. Clean slate. Now Heather's giving a speech, basically like christening Beauty Lab and Laser, thanking everyone for being there. I'm on such a journey. I'm a new person, blah, 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 blah. I'm just gonna say it, watching Heather grow so much all throughout this season was so heartwarming. I feel like from the beginning of season 1 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City to the finale of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Heather is a completely different person, for the better though. She is a successful businesswoman. She grew Beauty Lab and Laser. She found her voice. She grew a backbone. Round of applause for Heather Gay. Round of applause. Love it. All right, so now Jen and Meredith, they are up to bat to talk about Vegas. Spoiler alert, it doesn't end well. So Jen apologized to Meredith and said that she shouldn't have gotten involved in the gossip about the marriage, but Meredith is extremely pissed off. Basically, that friendship between Jen and Meredith, it's over, and it will never be the same. Meredith didn't even accept Jen's apology. She literally wants nothing to do with Jen Shah. She wants people in her life that are positive and wants to protect her positive energy. I mean, it is what it is. We're living, we're growing, we're evolving, we're becoming better people. That's all we can do. So, and last but not least, we have to talk about Heather and Jen. So they finally address Vegas. Shit goes off. Shit what's that saying? It goes off the rails. It went off the rails. Heather is pissed and she lays it all on the table. Like, lays it. I'm like, go on, Heather. Found your voice. The conversation, like I said, it went from 0 to 100 real quickly. Heather, though, wants and needs Jen to say that Jen has taken Heather for granted, and has not shown up for her. She explains that, she loves Jen despite everything, but wants Jen to acknowledge what happened and that the friendship hasn't been equal playing grounds. She's basically saying, I need you to say this. Say you aren't a good friend. Say you've taken me for granted. Say this. This is what I need you to own it. Own it. Own it. I felt like I was listening to Lisa Rinna. Own it, baby. Own it. Own it. Own it. So yeah. Then Jen apologizes again to everybody. I'm sorry, Heather. I'm sorry, Lisa. I'm sorry, Meredith. I'm sorry, Whitney. It's like an apology tour, the Jen Shah apology tour. Here's what. I think everyone needs to communicate their wants and needs within the friendship in order to move forward. If Heather wants Jen to be a good friend, Heather needs to say, girl, this is what you're doing. I don't appreciate it. Move on. Done. But the whole apology between Jen and Heather was completely exhausting. It was a weird, power battle, power struggle between the both of them. I need you to say this. I don't know what I'm saying. Own it. I don't know what I'm owning. I don't know what I'm apologizing for, but I'm sorry. At the end, everything worked out and they were able to move forward. But I think this is a very appropriate way to end the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Season 1 finale.
Let's just eat a donut. I can't. I'm on the keto diet.
Okay, well, no donuts for you.
So overall, I felt as if the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Season 1 was amazing. I think it's exactly what this franchise of Real Housewives as a whole needed. For being a freshman season, these ladies nailed it. They knocked it out of the ballpark. Home run, touchdown, all the things. There were some things that I felt were left unresolved. For me personally, maybe you as well, Hospital Gate. I feel like that was not resolved. All of Mary is basically unresolved. I don't understand what the point of her was this season. Vegas, I feel like with the finale we got some sort of resolution, but I still feel like there were things that happened that were left unresolved. Vagina Gate, completely unresolved. And I'm hoping a lot of this stuff is talked about at the reunion so we can tie a nice little bow on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and bring on Season 2, baby. If I had to rate this season, I would give it a 10 out of 10. Would recommend. If you have not watched a single episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, what are you waiting for? Get on it. Here is a card right here. You can watch all of my reviews to The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Season 1. I'll be back with reviewing the reunion part 1. There's 3 parts to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion, and I will be back next week to review part 1. Let me know in the comment section below, what were your favorite parts of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? Let me know below. Get subscribed to my channel if you love Bravo content. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.